have my plant socks on today.
Cuties.
Oh.
They've got little trowels.
Are those masks?
No,
What's the pink thing?
it's it's just because I have white feet. It's a little watering can.
I thought it was a freaking COVID mask.
Is this an entree or a appetizer?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Blood and Contracts. I'm your host, Bailey Gabbert, and with me every week is my sister by contract
Kelly.
and my sister by blood.
Halsey.
Yay!
Yeah.
I got some notes from our executive producer yesterday evening about my intros and how they seem like a 1970s radio show. So I turned down the kitsch, okay? I turned down the goofiness. Welcome to our Appetizer episode. We're going to have some fun. Halsey, are you prepped for today?
That would
What's
be
the
a
appetizer
no.
story? Wait, is appetizers my true crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Just making sure you're ready to go. And then you're prepped for reality TV talks.
Always.
She's like,
Always.
I'm petrified to hear where you are with Southern Charm.
Okay.
Because to check in, 2 weeks ago you were on season 5, starting
Season 5.
Sure was.
And
Where
there
are you
how
at
many
now?
seasons?
There are 9.
You want me to tell you now?
right now. Give
Oh,
it to
I'm
us.
current.
Shut the front
I just watched
door.
this week's episode this morning.
No, you did not.
And I'm on season 2 of Winter House.
I can't.
And we've been watching Harry Potter every night. We're on the 6th movie.
You've
And
been watching Harry Potter without us?
And your book? Wow.
Hurry. I'm so proud.
We're thriving.
really
can't wait to talk about goal getters.
Oh my gosh, I honestly
I'm
I
on
do
page
too.
77.
Not bad. Not
I
bad.
have done none of my goals this year.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Well, no, I did one.
Okay.
I got a laptop. Yes.
Let's talk about our last 2 weeks.
Okay.
How you went to a lot of shows.
So many shows.
Only
Hosier.
2.
More than I've been to in a decade.
Thank you. Like, I haven't been to that many shows in years.
I'm trying to think how many I've been to this year.
Like 10.
Well, in like the last like calendar year, I should say, not just 2023.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, a small Brandy Carlisle show, which it was only like 4 songs, but yeah.
Still. You were on TV.
Pink.
Pink with Brandy Carlisle again, because Brandy Carlisle. Macklemore, Hosier,
Last nights.
Chapel Roan. There's been others.
There have been others.
What else did I go to?
You went to
Ed
the
Sheeran.
drag show?
I went to it, yeah.
Kelly and I are like, anytime you go out into the real world is a huge effort for me. Like,
Honestly.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go anywhere
No.
at any time.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
And for a note, you go to concerts in other states.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran was in Nashville.
Harry
Harry Styles was New York. Macklemore was LA.
Yeah. I think that's what exhausts me about how
But
you do
like
concerts.
all of those except for LA, one I really didn't spend that much on the tickets.
yeah.
Hosier I went to for free because my friend didn't want to go alone, so he bought me a ticket.
Yeah.
Great. Last night's show was like $35 because
Nice.
it's at a small venue in Phoenix. You bought my Macklemore ticket.
I bought her Macklemore ticket. It was your birthday present, I think.
Something like that. Mom bought my Pink ticket because
Yeah.
that was my birthday present.
She's easy to buy for.
You love an
Yeah.
event.
I love an event. But so all the shows I went to last year and before like the fall of this year, I had my hotel benefits.
Oh, yeah.
And so, because I was working in hospitality, and so all of my hotels were super cheap
Yeah.
because I had good old
Yes.
Benny's.
Damn.
That's why all of my more recent shows are in Phoenix.
That's okay.
And not out of state.
How was your 2 weeks?
I've been very productive.
You've been
Yeah.
extremely productive. Boss lady.
Watching a lot of TV.
Which is a part of your
Listen,
That is your job.
It's my job. I have to be on the know. And I'm very glad that I'm caught up because I saw People magazine article about something that recently happened in Southern Charm.
Which I'm so not excited to talk about, but I'm glad that we get to talk about it in real time.
I know.
Wow.
I'll save it for the time being.
Okay,
But this
Yeah.
past week, I feel like this is probably going to be part of my happies and my crappies, so a little spoiler. I feel like I'm starting to get into a rhythm of things,
Same.
giving me time to actually attempt to read my book.
Yeah.
I'm watching stuff. I'm getting stuff done. I'm also doing my normal 9 to 5 job.
Yeah. Working, cleaning.
Cleaning. I
Doing
cleaned
the
the whole
house.
house this weekend.
Oh, love.
Well, this week. So we're feeling productive.
Same.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
This was the first weekend that I didn't have a trip on top of this trip back to back.
Yeah.
So like I was telling you, Kelly and Jansen were laughing at me last night because they were like, oh, we did not think that you would bring all the things that you said you were going to bring. I'm like, I have lists. I journaled for this weekend for the podcast to like set some intentions and plan out our conversations and our episodes.
Miss Virgo is back.
I'm back.
She's back. She's less sleep deprived.
Extremely less sleep deprived than the last time. My eye bags are not puffy.
Yeah.
Your shoulder doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh yeah, guys,
Oh,
I've been through it.
yeah.
Last month was rough.
It was rough.
But I'm feeling so much better. I feel like a routine is coming out. I'm also out of a depressive episode that I was in for the last week, so I'm really excited to be out of that. Real talk, it was dark this week.
I feel like
Wednesday was hard.
it was.
It was the first of the month, and I don't know what was going on astrologically, but we didn't like it.
No.
There was a lot of tension.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It's the
Walking
first
into
of the
today,
month.
it's the first of the month. I'm excited for where we are all emotionally and like with our interpersonal relationships and just general goodness.
Good hard conversations.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ew, yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah. We launched Patreon.
With the cutest graphic ever.
The cutest graphic. I was inspired by Mean Girls / just, what's it called? Collages.
Collages, yeah.
And inspo boards. And we just pulled images from Pinterest of things that reminded us of sisterhood and girlhood and our childhoods of being a girl in the 90s.
Lizzie McGuire. Gilmore Girls.
That cartoon picture of Francine with her curls.
Yes.
I remember every aspect of that Arthur episode.
Yes.
Where she had to get ready and be girly for the first time. And I was like, right here, soul sister. I love Francine, man.
Yeah.
She's the
More
real
of a
one.
DW.
Of course you're a DW.
That checks out.
That fully checks out. And then do you like Muffy? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, no, Arthur.
Yeah.
The main character.
But my favorite DW scene
Oh, no.
is when she says to Francine, Francine, why don't you go to your house and stop bothering us?
It's
Oh,
true,
no.
though. She was there a lot.
Joke's on you, I don't know how to read.
For those listening and who are not following us on social, which first of all, how dare you? We launched Patreon this week, which is our opportunity to put more exclusive content behind a paywall, be a little bit more unhinged, unfiltered, and unedited, but also develop our behind the scenes content, showcasing our growth and like how the podcast all comes together and following that journey on there, as well as freebies and downloadables.
Yeah.
Kelly's already off to the races creating fun stuff for you guys that you can download for free after you pay $5 a month.
Yeah.
Da-da. Why support Starbucks, who doesn't support their own employees, when you can spend $5 a month with us, lovely union supporting ladies?
What is that?
And our content lasts a lot longer than a Starbucks drink.
Snaps.
I said it.
And no calories.
And
No
yeah.
doubt. Well,
Guilt
Guilt-free.
free.
Love it. So if you
Delicious.
want to check that out, all you got to do, you honestly could probably Google blood and contracts and a bunch of our stuff would pop up at this point because we've been posting like cray.
We've been busy.
We've been very busy. So check out the Patreon. To be honest with you about where that money goes, gas.
Yeah.
If every single one of our 26 listeners on Apple Podcasts alone paid for Patreon, that would pay for my gas every month.
Yeah.
Because I spend a lot of money on gas coming out here.
Yeah.
It's not fun. So we're just trying to be profitable and like make it easier to get to do these things like buying groceries and snacks and getting here in our cars.
Yeah. And creating more fun content.
Yay! Like tomorrow, we're going on a little field trip
Yeah.
out to the east side. We're going to go see our friends at Sunday Goods. Hopefully they'll let us film.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We
And
asked.
We did ask. We prepped. And then we're going to go out to dinner with our friend Tiff.
Yeah.
TF. Okay, something else I want to do in the podcast at the very beginning is I want to set an intention for what we want to do with each episode.
Okay.
What you want to get out of the Appetizer episode. And that could be like a group intention or something that you want to put out there. For me, my intention is to have fun and laugh. And it can be as simple as that. Or it can be like, my intention is to not touch my mic. It can also be that.
Absolutely. Say that.
Was it? Were you about to say that?
For you.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we can hear it a little bit.
Look, the one. Yeah.
You're going to have to edit that.
Yeah. Also, you were so good. You had an entire episode where you didn't drop an F-bomb that we had to bleep out, and then you just did it.
Listen.
I would just like to say that I have not had any curses blurbed or needed to.
That.
I don't think I have. Oh, I have.
She's like,
Yeah.
mhm.
Not me. Just joking.
I'm a sailor. What can I say?
I normally am too.
You're a saint. We get it.
I feel
Publicly.
like I have social interaction. I'm not saying that you guys don't, but there are groups that like I have to
Yeah.
be a lot more cognizant.
Janssen's favorite word.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I don't have those groups that I have to, I'm going to say perform.
Yeah.
That I have to perform for anymore, other than work, kind of, but also in agency life, they're all a bunch of sailors. You curse like nobody's
1000%.
business. Your clients curse like no one cares. But yeah, it's been a long time since I was like around a church community or kids where I needed to like clean it up.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of like when there's a spicy little bleep in an episode. I think it's funny. We're real. What's your
Bitch.
Whoa!
So I'm giving him something to do.
He has plenty to do, trust.
I know.
Okay,
just looked
what's
at the camera.
your intention?
Oh, hi.
Halsey?
It me. To wake up. Wake up. It's so frustrating.
That's the last time you get to quote that.
I know. I'm sorry. Have some kicks and gigs.
Okay.
It's a little appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about my true crime story.
Great.
I'm excited. I think you guys are gonna like it.
Okay.
That's my intention, for you to like it.
Great.
That's my intention.
We love it. Kelly.
I feel like I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm here to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope we have fun.
Sure we will.
And
Here for a short time, not a long time. Let's go.
Yeah.
well, I live here, so I'm here for a long time.
It's true. It's true. I feel like is your story longer this time, Halsey?
Not really. Like a little bit.
Longer than the last one, which was
Yes.
like 15 to 20. Okay. I think we should do reality TV first.
Okay.
TVT with K and B.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is our first episode of TVT with K and B that we don't have to watch Love is Blind. Thank the gods. We're done. So now we just kind of get to chat about what we've been watching. And I've been watching a lot of new stuff this week, the last couple of weeks. And now I honestly all week was thinking, I really hope Kelly got caught up with Southern Charm because of how much has been happening in Southern Charm world. It's wild. Also, BravoCon is happening this weekend, which
I wanted to
I'm sorry.
go to.
I did
BravoCon?
Oh,
yeah. I saw someone post about it and I was like, is it in Vegas this year?
Yeah, it's in Vegas this year. It looks so fun.
I was trying to convince Jansen to let us go.
I wanted to surprise my mom with tickets, and then she was planning the trip with her boyfriend, and I was like, dang it. So like next year,
can we go?
Next year I want to be invited. Please.
We'd like to go.
Could you imagine?
A panel hosted by you two where you get to interview the most problematic people they can find.
Not problematic. I will take a down under panel, like or
Below deck.
Below deck.
Down under.
Down under is one of the branch offs.
Yeah.
I will take a below deck panel, you know, like off to the side in a conference room. I don't need to be on the main stage eventually, but I want to get invited. We got to work our way there. So I follow comments by Bravo celebs, like comments by celebs, but Bravo celebs on Instagram. And they got invited. They get invited every year. And they always have like a front row seat so that they get like the best of the main stage content. And it's so fun. And I want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's my intention out in the world.
I love it.
Manifest. Okay. So you're caught up with Southern Charm.
Yes. Have you watched this week's episode?
I did watch this week's episode.
Oh, good. I was nervous that you didn't.
No, girl, I did. I'm caught up.
And this is season what?
9.
It's halfway through season 9, and I'm so mad about it. Nothing has happened in this season.
No.
It's obnoxious.
I'm mad about this season a little bit.
Doesn't it feel like they have only filmed in 1 week?
Yes.
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Episode 1, 2, 3 through 6 just feels like a week.
Yeah.
The same week. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Austen is the forefront of a lot of drama.
What's
His name is Austen.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of over him a little
girl.
bit, a lot of it. But here's the thing. He is a horrible liar. Let's just start off by saying that. Horrible liar. And he's the kind of friend, for lack of a better word, that like they have a little secret that's really not that big of a deal, but he's playing it up so much.
Yes.
So he gets everyone wondering what really
riled
happened.
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Weird.
I don't know.
He just loves the attention.
Yeah.
He's an attention seeker to the max.
And now he's going to therapy, and it just seems like the fakest. And his like little therapy glasses. I'm like, get out of here.
Is he one of those guys who like weaponizes the words that they learn in therapy?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and he's only gone
girlfriends?
once or twice.
Yeah.
And he already is therapizing his conversations with his friends.
Yes, he's like, that my therapist said that.
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
The conversation that he had about Olivia, where he was like, I will ruin her if we get back together. That's not my intention after the bra situation on on Shep's ottoman, or not Shep, Austin's ottoman.
On Austin's ottoman, yeah.
You could just tell, 1, that he wanted someone to find it.
Yes.
2,
It was probably old that he just like put up.
I would not put it past him.
No, like that's something he would totally do.
He probably has a crap ton of Madison's bras too, and underwear.
Probably.
He's a little freak. You know it. Oh, he's so gross.
He plays it off though because he's like, I'm really vanilla. Like I could never do anything spicy.
But I don't understand the pull then. If you're not spicy, then why is everyone so interested in you? Why are the most beautiful women interested in you? He could have landed. Let's just talk about the people he could have landed. Chelsea. Sierra. Taylor, which he probably did and is currently landing her. And Madison. Who is by far... And Olivia. Madison, by the way, like one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. This woman is
Can you pull up
stunning.
a picture of Madison from Southern Charm?
Oh my God.
Maybe we just need a picture of the cast.
Yeah,
Madison
that would be good too.
Lacroix.
Oh my
Look
God.
at how beautiful she is.
Stunning.
Her dimples.
I mean, she is beautiful.
Oh.
But also...
And her accent, it's her accent that makes it.
Yeah. She's got a deep Southern accent.
She's got this great deep Southern accent. She's a mom. She's the best mom.
Thank you.
Is her...
Oh yeah, let's enlarge
some,
that.
Some
Sorry, we're
reference.
showing Halsey some photos of... Okay, that's Austen.
Which
that
one's Shep?
White
Shep is
trash can in the middle.
Thank you.
And then this is this season's cast. So there's a lot of newbies. Taylor is who I want to talk to Kelly about the most because I was waiting for...
She's the blonde on the far right.
Blonde on the far right in the blue dress. Because I've been waiting for you to meet her because I wanted your opinion so bad because you have a Christian background, as we all do.
Yes.
And she loves to tout that on the show of being a good little Christian girl who just wants to find a man that loves Jesus.
But she ain't acting it.
She ain't. Her actions are not going based on
That
her
girl's
words.
hair is big.
That's Madison.
Wait, the blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got
In
big
the
southern
orange.
hair.
She got big
Oh, yeah.
southern hair.
And they love a spray tan.
She is Miss Lily Pulitzer. There's a lot of blondes in that picture. Olivia is the most boring. I could care less. I
She's the
also
dark
have
dress.
Secret Agent Bravo things.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Taylor
Secret Agent
Taylor and Shep dated for about 2-ish years.
2-ish years, got a dog together.
Got a dog together, Lil Craig.
Wait, isn't there a guy named Craig?
So
Yes.
Craig is the guy on the bottom in the light blue suit.
That's Pillow Man?
Pillow
That's
Man.
Pillow
And
Man.
Have you? I looked up his website.
It's amazing.
Sewing Down South.
Yeah.
Please
And
pull it up.
yeah, pull up his site.
Sewing
I love
Down
it because he poses with every
Yes,
pillow.
He does.
Shut
They have
up.
whole photo shoots for just
Yes,
Craig and his
down south.
pillows. I want to go to the flagship store so bad. Oh, look at them.
Look at
That's the Page collection.
Is that him?
Yep.
That's her.
And
Yeah.
that's his girlfriend.
Cute.
Aw,
Oh, they're cute.
They're gorgeous. They're going to make
He's
the cutest
adorable.
babies.
Handsome.
Shut
Look
up. That's
Just
so
sitting
cute.
Santa outfit.
So did you
he's
see-
making money
Oh, he's
off
making
this
so much money
now.
because he had a deal with, what's the grocery store chain? Kroger?
I don't know, but he was also on.
QVC.
Mhm.
Yeah, QVC loves
Wow.
him. He has hit all of the right angles for this company.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. Did you see that Shep totally professionally and should have apologized to him on stage at BravoCon
No.
about the crap he used to give him about the pillows? He's like, yeah, I was wrong. I made fun of him all the time. I did not think it was real. I thought that this was just madness.
Like when he first started, he was just making pillows.
He was just going through
Sewing.
a breakup.
yeah. And like
This is the purest
very
thing.
similar to the late quarter life crisis that I'm
Yes.
going through. He was coming out of realizing he didn't want to be a lawyer,
Yeah.
really, and trying to figure out, okay, well, if I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do?
Yeah, and he tried all these hobbies. He
So
tried
many.
landscaping.
Farming.
He tried farming. He
Landscaping.
tried a little bit of, I think, home renovation.
Yeah,
to
with his own home.
with his own home that I think he had finally got professionals to help
Yes.
with.
Well, he
But-
got Paige, and
Yeah.
then Paige got professionals.
She was like, "This is what we're gonna do for your
Yes.
home."
Yeah.
And the sewing really is what
Took
stuck.
off.
Good for
He
him.
sewed a bunch of different types of things, and then he was like, well, what's easy? A square. And then he would embroider a bunch of stuff because he had an embroidering setting on his sewing machine, so he would just embroider random stuff. Oh, I just love him so much.
Precious.
He's precious. He's
Yeah.
a baby angel. But he's also called the best housewife of Bravo because he is the best drama stirrer on Southern Charm.
Mhm.
He pokes at people until they break, and he's entertaining.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's kind of the lawyer side of him.
Yes.
Of like, I
Mhm.
know how to get something out
So
of
he's
you.
the
Yeah.
Lisa a little bit, I think.
I can see that.
Vanderpump,
Vanderpump?
not
I was like, BP?
yeah, Vanderpump, not Lisa.
Is there another Lisa?
With the whips.
With the whips.
Who knows?
But
Yep.
Opinion
so-
of Taylor. So they dated for a while.
I loved her and Shep together
Me too.
because they were so cute and
She's a lot
she-
younger than him, so she like livens him
Yes.
up a bit.
Yes. And also I think with him like getting into a relationship finally, getting the dog and having that responsibility, he was starting to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they broke up and then she did
Lost
whatever
it.
she could to try to get him mad.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
She's been sending nude photos to one of his oldest friends who's been on the show since the
Ew.
beginning.
Yeah.
Whitney.
And that just it came out earlier, but they all like really brought it up at a function
Yes.
and
Okay.
fought about it.
Yeah.
Craig
Craig poked.
he poked in that one too. He's like, I saw them. You put them right in front of my face.
I
or
saw
whatever.
your titties and your vagina. Or
Yeah.
Madison said that.
Yeah.
I saw your whole vagina.
Yeah.
That'll be
Because
fun to
yeah,
believe.
Taylor was trying to
We have
play
to
it down that it was just a
selfie.
yeah.
A dark selfie.
A dark grainy selfie. Girl, with the cameras these days, ain't no way.
And the
Yeah.
zoom, I can
Yeah.
zoom in a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
calm down.
Woof.
She is the kind of Christian that I cannot stand the most. Of just all talk,
Mhm.
no action of actual Christian values.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean the positiveness that most Christians put out into the world of like being accepting and being a good Samaritan and doing good in the world. She only does stuff for herself and then expects everyone to just treat her like a princess, which drives me up the wall. She also has a significant drinking problem, and it is bold and in your face on this show right now.
Yeah.
It's intense. And she just will pick the weirdest moments to go off on people in public. And I know it's for the show, but
still it's messy. And so like the another part of it is she kissed, and it took a long time for her to even confess to this, but kissed Austen. Austen and Olivia were kind of a thing. And when this happened, they were like...
We were on a break.
On a break, yeah.
But still talking and still seeing each other.
And during that
not
time...
on a break.
Not on a break.
And Taylor was talking to Olivia saying, like, you should get back with him.
They're best friends.
But then she kissed
him.
She kissed him. She had sleepovers with him. She talked to her brother about potentially dating him. But then in all of those conversations, didn't think to herself, maybe I should go to the source, my best friend, and ask her opinion before land blasting her.
Yeah.
So this all like exploded this season. Olivia found out everything. Now everyone knows everything. Yeah. And then Olivia's brother just died.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he died from an overdose.
I cried.
I know. It's hard.
It's really
sad. In the article too that just came out, he was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. A family member of mine diagnosed with Lyme's disease. Got into addiction problems, and so that's how he died, because of his addiction thing. So I was like, this is hitting very close to home.
Honey.
So
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's a lot.
That is hard.
My family member's doing great. So,
that's true.
But in the moment, it's like, wow, like things can turn really quickly,
very quickly,
and unexpected.
I've been talking to my secret agent about this. We're very interested in seeing how this will be handled on the reunion, because at first the family lied about what was actually being said and what the real reason was. At first it was that he died from complications of Lyme's disease. But something that's very inherent in the culture of Southern Charm, or of South Carolina, like we're in Charleston, it's a big party town, like very big bar scene town, very big restaurant scene town. It's also a very big drug scene town.
Yeah.
A lot of snow, a lot of cocaine, a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And it's of the rich and famous there. Like all the people who are known are also known for being drug users. And it's just glossed over, not talked about. And it's generational. Like their parents have been doing this for forever. So now the kids are doing this. There is not conspiracies, because they've actually gotten confirmed. They know people in South Carolina, and
your secret agent,
my secret agent, and they have had friends of friends confirm things about other usages while on the show and just like out partying. Let me pull it up. I said, why are they not telling the truth? Because this was before the People conversation.
Yeah.
The People
article
came out. Yeah. And I asked them, okay, why are they glossing over stuff? And why does she say in her interview, I hope he knew he was loved? I was like, did he commit suicide or something? Because no one would respond like that if someone died of a disease. You know what I mean? And they go, overdose! ! He was a coke dealer and was known for using his product. I know some people who knew him growing up and had found that out. Plus, he was T-Rav's dealer back in the day.
Ooh.
T-Rav is Thomas, the old guy who dated the redhead, who had 2 babies with her, who lost his political career from doing cocaine publicly at a bar.
And didn't she lose custody of the kids
because
of her use
of marijuana?
Weed. Oh. She lost her kids because of weed?
It's
South
not
Carolina.
Legal there.
No.
Like, yeah, but
they're very critical, especially of people with kids.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, women with kids. I was like, why aren't they telling the truth. And they said it looks bad for the family. Everyone in Charleston knows Olivia's dad was a high-up exec at Fluor, which I think is a pharmaceutical company, and made like $12 million over 3 to 4 years with them. He's now the president of another company, and they don't want the bad press of a son overdosing. And there's money probably keeping them quiet. But now the People are, I think it was because they were waiting for the People article to come out, which they probably got paid to do.
Probably, yeah.
Most of the cast members currently on the show actively use cocaine. And none of them really want to address that on television.
Yeah.
And if you watch really closely and you're at all familiar with what cocaine usage looks like, you could have seen the effects of it from the beginning of the show. Like they were doing it probably at the bar scenes or at the like Whitney's house, that kind of stuff, just based on like their erratic behaviors and how they handled themselves around each other in big group settings.
Yeah.
There's like a sketchiness to someone who's doing snow.
Woof.
Also, they sent me, and I'll show maybe we put this on Patreon. Olivia and her brother, who's passed away now, were on MTV Cribs back in the day. They did an episode for MTV Cribs when they lived in Texas. Hilarious because their father is like a billionaire.
Yeah.
Oh, I was to say, why?
Their family is very wealthy. All of these people's families are very wealthy. That's why they're on the show.
Yeah.
And
what you do?
I just these people.
I know it's stunning, but
you can't look away.
You really can't.
And yet I do.
Until we force you to look.
Until you force it in front of my face.
Well, I'm so glad that you're caught up. I'm so glad you understand Pillowgate.
Yes.
And the Taylor of it all, and all of it. But this season has been very boring, which is why I'm kind of surprised that it's their most watched season so far.
I know, and that's what I went into thinking because you told me that, and I'm like, what's happened? What have I missed? What am I not understanding?
Okay.
It's honestly after the last reunion. Was when the Taylor rumors started that they were doing stuff or that they were flirting around the idea, and they completely bold-faced denied it at the reunion, and she was adamant. And then within a month of that, then they found out about the sleepovers, and then people started poking at it and asking questions. And then the Olivia episode happened of her Taylor confessing to her but not really confessing to her. Gross.
But what's annoying is one episode before, hand to Bible, I did not kiss him. Next episode.
Bible.
So
God, I miss when the Kardashians
kiss him. Also, I just think they've slept together. I think it's.
I mean, just
clearly
sleepovers.
No.
Okay.
And now we're finding out it wasn't just one sleepover. We're talking tens of sleepovers.
Yeah.
There's no way sex is not happening.
No.
Please.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Other things that came out this week. Oh, did you have more?
No.
For Southern Charm?
No.
Are you excited that you are caught up, though?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the last few seasons? What was your favorite season so far?
I think maybe season 8.
Yeah.
Because I did like the drama that Catherine brought.
Same.
Like, I feel like this season is the first season she's not there.
I know.
And so it's missing a lot of that.
Yeah.
But she had all sorts of boy drama, and she brings up a lot of drama with other people.
She brought the fluff.
Well, she's kind of gotten mixed into some racism stuff, some Black Lives Matter stuff. She dated a black guy to like make it look like she wasn't racist.
Who's
gone?
She's not dating him anymore.
But he had the same last name as Thomas.
Yeah, he was his cousin.
Mm-hmm. Kind of icky.
You know, like, well,
keep it in the family.
Charleston. I know I do miss her too, because I miss her and Craig's relationship and friendship, the way they supported each other. I also really miss her honesty.
I did have something else to add.
Yeah.
So Patricia,
Oh.
Whitney's mom.
I was gonna say, can we pull up another picture?
She wasn't in that picture, but can you pull up a picture of
Patricia?
Miss Patricia,
Yep.
Southern
Southern
Charm.
Charm.
Yeah, her.
Mm-hmm.
So you had said that there was an incident with her butler, which in that picture with the pink.
With the dog.
I love Michael so much.
Isn't he just a baby angel?
He is the sweetest, kindest, happiest.
I know.
Michael's salary.
Yeah, he
had a spinal stroke.
Yep.
And so he's paralyzed from
wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in assisted living. They went to go see him during
he's so cute.
COVID.
Yeah.
They miss him so much.
And
her tearing up in the last episode, I was like, oh my God, emotion.
I know. They FaceTimed with him and she cried after they hung up the phone. But he's still so positive, so loving. And I was like, the nicest man.
He is the nicest man. So he was the butler. He's famous for his martinis. He makes them like old school, like he crushes the ice in a bag with a mallet. So they FaceTime him on the anniversary of his injury and just to like commemorate it and like see each other. And he walked Patricia through like how to do a martini his style. Yeah. And she was like, it's perfect. Yeah. They're so odd, like her and her son Whitney.
Yeah.
They are.
But I feel like as time goes on, they become a little bit more normal, but it's because they have less camera time.
Yeah.
Like they're not in it as much as they used to be, thank God.
Yeah.
And it's less awkward, more emotional.
Yeah.
Other things that happened this week, Winter House is back for season 3. Yes. You're on season 2, correct?
Yes. Which so at the beginning of season 2, Craig and Paige are finally dating at this point. And they got to the Winter House first and took the primary bedroom, and Kyle and Amanda are newly married.
Yeah.
And he last season threw a fit because he didn't get the primary bedroom and was upset that he didn't get it this time. But
see, I'm petty and would have taken it again.
Pillow Craig gave him $500 and gave Amanda $500 so they could keep the primary.
He comes out in his pea coat. He's like, fine, I'll fix this. And this is Craig's new thing because this man has some money.
Pillow money. He got that pillow money.
QVC money.
Yeah.
He's got white middle of America woman money, which is some hardcore money. And he's just like, here, this will fix everything. And their faces are just aghast, but also it solves it. They're like, they shut up.
What was it, $500 cash?
Yes.
He just had $1,000
he
cash.
Brought like a bank,
chunk.
No, like envelope full of cash.
Yeah.
And then there was another person that gave up their room for Kyle and Amanda, and he gave him like $200.
Yeah.
But Paige is like, we are not in the mafia. We do not need to be paying off our friends. Like,
she's also like, I'm the only Italian one in this God blessed house. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I love
I
them.
loved it so much.
Pillow money.
That was was that the season where that was the longest they had ever stayed together too? Yeah, that was a lot.
So I'm at the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I think an engagement's around the corner.
I do too.
If she gets over having to move,
yeah,
because I do think they need to move. I think she needs to try it out. Just try it out. She's young though. That's the thing. She turns 30 next year.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
they're perfect for each other.
They are really perfect for each other, and he loves her family. I just love them so much.
Yeah.
Bold to like launch a business thing though with your girlfriend, like the Paige line.
That's just a line. It's just a collection, but it's not her business.
No, I know, but still, like to launch an entire like.
When they got together, though, it made so much sense. It just felt like, they work. They totally fit each other so well. Like it's always felt like the relationship that was meant to be on the show. Just like Kyle and Amanda. Good for Quag and his pillows. I would love to manifest a trip to Charleston so that we can go to Sewing Down South. Could you imagine?
Yes, please.
Oh my gosh. And he's just the nicest person. Me neither.
Craig, we need some Sewing Down South pillows for our set.
Yeah, we don't have any pillows, Craig. Come on.
Yeah. Help us out.
I'm not excited for Winter House this season. Just to give you a preview, they did this weird freaking Disney mashup of like 3 or 4 different Bravo shows. So there's people from 2 different Below Deck seasons.
That's this Winter House?
Yes.
Did 3. I send you? One of us sent each other a screenshot of like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the mashup poster.
I didn't know it was.
It's too
Winter
much.
House.
It is. It's Winter House. I thought it was for next season. It's for this season.
Oh.
But there's people from Summer House, Below Deck, Vanderpump, because Schwartz comes, and it's the week of Scandival. Yeah.
Oh,
well, they're in season 2. Schwartz and
yes,
Sandy
they are, because they're all friends.
Season 2.
But I was shocked that because him and Sandoval were supposed to go to Winter House 3. Scandival happened 7 days before they were supposed to be at Winter House. So he had Tom Scandival canceled everything, hid out in a corner.
Yeah.
Tom Schwartz was like, peace, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't handle this.
Gonna go check out for a month.
Gonna go drink and probably screw one of the girls at Winter House.
Well, he's single now.
He is very single. Yeah, it's interesting. I do like the mix of characters because personally I'm not a big Danielle fan. I'm not either. She just gets on my nerves like a lot. This girl, she's been on Summer House and Winter House.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of Danielle because I don't feel like she adds anything.
Exactly. No value in conversation. She loves to stir up drama for no reason.
Yeah.
The SHIT that she did when
Lindsay and Carl got together
and engaged.
Yeah.
She made their entire engagement about them.
Yeah.
About her. And then she's putting herself in front of her friends and their friends being like, can you believe this? And those friends are like, stop talking. This is not about you. This is about them.
She was also very drunk at the engagement party when that happened, but you could tell, and she's like slurring her words. She's like, I found out about this 30 minutes ago.
Let me look at my watch. 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She's so obnoxious. And crying at the engagement party.
Yeah.
But did you see the video that's been going around of some housewife, and she's in the Lady Gaga bubble costume?
No.
And she it's a compilation of her throughout the night.
Yeah.
Of her telling people that the person who made Andy Samberg's version on SNL made hers too.
No.
But she slowly gets drunker throughout the night and tells it differently. Because at the beginning of the night she's like, the guy who made Andy Samberg on SNL's made mine, or the girl, whatever. And then by the end of the night she's like, hey, Samberg, that's this.
Oh, no.
God bless him.
Oh, man.
I think it was a New York housewife. I don't know which one.
Who knows?
Know.
Speaking of New York Housewives, thank you for that segue.
You're welcome.
New York Housewives ended this week and had both of their reunions in the last 2 weeks. And I know the last time I talked about it, I was like, I just don't think this show it's just not flying.
Yeah.
Honestly, pulled out on top by the end of it. Thoroughly impressed by the finale. I want to watch next season. I'm interested in almost every single one of those housewives except for one. And they're all getting beloved at BravoCon right now. Oh. Everyone's obsessed with them, which I love to see.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good for them. They did a good job. Andy's really proud. The reunion was really, really good. The reunion was one of the only reunions I've actually seen housewives work on hard conversations live, and they actually got to a resolution by the end of the conversation. Wow. And by the end of the finale, I felt like, okay, we're all on the same page. Yeah. We all had some growth moments. Now we can move on. It was good. It was positive. I really liked it. I'm obsessed with Jenna Lyons, who was the creative director for J. Crew for an eon. Mm-hmm. She's now out, lesbian, amazing son who's in almost 20 now. She is just a powerhouse of a woman. I would love to be compared to her. And I also love Brynn, who is this sassy, red-headed, half black, half white, just drop dead gorgeous woman who is the only single housewife and has never been married. She's the only housewife that's never been married, I think. Wow. And Andy's obsessed with her. It's a good group of gals. If you want to start one that's brand new and fresh, this would be a good one to start. Because I also don't love the OG New York crew. They're just intense. Because they were the first housewives of all time.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And then Salt Lake City Housewives is a mess.
Yeah.
Remember last episode we talked about Monica and her mom? Mm-hmm. let's talk about triggering.
Okay.
They had a falling out at a Easter dinner held by one of the other housewives. In front of everyone. Her mom didn't stick up for her, didn't side with her on something that her mom didn't even know anything about, but she immediately sided with one of the other housewives that she doesn't know from Adam, and triggered Monica like nobody's business. And Monica was like, okay, I'm done. Picked up her kids. Her kids didn't even have shoes. That's how upset she was, and left. In retaliation, her mother took her car, because her car is in her name because Monica doesn't have great credit because she was married, took her car from her and her 4 kids away and just stole it and said, if you don't give it to me, I'll call the police and say that it was stolen. So Monica had to give her car and then go rent a car for the week so that she can get her kids to school.
Oh my God.
And the resolution was, okay, we need to have dinner and have this out. She walks into the restaurant, Monica does, and her mom looks at her and starts fake crying on the spot. And then she sits down and Monica's just like looking at her like, I'm not taking this. And she's just crying. And then Monica's like not reassuring her, like patting her back or trying to like make it better. And she's realizing that it's not working. And then she stops, like immediately stops crying. And then she's like, I'll have the lobster enchiladas to the waiter. Like a whole other person.
Like just
clicked,
turned it off.
Turned it on and off. Amazing. They had this huge blowout that resulted in nothing. Her mom owned nothing, apologized for nothing. It was horrible. And
Nope.
the previews of the next episodes are the other housewives being like, you're being abused by this woman. You need to cut this out of your life. This is a poison that you've had your whole life. You need to cut this out.
Yeah.
And I don't know what she's going to do. It breaks my heart because she has no family.
No one.
She has no one. Her dad left her at 4. Her mom left her with a family of friends in Pennsylvania at 12 and moved to New York because she wanted to go have a career in New York and she couldn't do it with her daughter because it was too expensive. I'm like, then maybe think of a different plan.
Yeah.
And take care of your child.
Yeah. It's not an option.
Yeah. So this poor woman has been abandoned all across the board.
Yeah.
And now she has 4 daughters that she's trying to be a good, mom to daughters.
Also, like, chose to have an affair.
She absolutely did. Also, I have a fix for that. It was not her brother-in-law. This doesn't make it any better, but it was her sister-in-law's husband. So her husband's brother-in-law. So not any familial relation to her husband, but still not great.
That also means she like still helped destroy 2 marriages.
Totally, but also only destroyed her own because that guy, he's still married to her.
Ugh.
I know.
Well,
Anyways,
Yeah.
there's an update from Salt Lake City. I will say
Gross.
that season it's very entertaining.
Also,
hilarious.
if you're an audio visual only listener, you missed seeing my face again, aghast through that
Aghast.
entire retelling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
A common occurrence during this segment.
Yeah, like my jaw just drops. Like it's just like
Yeah.
I just like, and I know it's television. And I know, like
Who knows how much this is real?
exactly. But it's just like still baffles me to think of someone like of these people like that they talk to each other this way, that they treat each other this way. Like I
Yes.
can't even imagine like my friends and I have disagreements or whatever, but
Right.
like I don't know, we don't go do coke about it. Like we talk about it. I don't know.
I know. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with it though. It
Mhm.
is the brutal honesty that each of these shows brings to the table where I'm just like, I can't imagine taking on conflict and hard conversations the way they do.
Right.
It's so messy
Where
and
they're
loud.
like in the middle of a party. Actually, let's go hash out 5 years
Yes.
of resentment.
Yes.
Yes.
Or let's
At your birthday party.
hash out the most petty weird things in the middle of restaurants.
Yeah.
There's this one
Or on a boat in the middle of like
that you can't
nowhere.
leave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why. Okay, so my TVT update, the things that I binged this week were I've watched 2 seasons of. I watched Below Deck Down Under, all of it. There's only 2 seasons. Watched it all. Captain Jason forever. My God, that man. Woo. And then I watched.
Is that the old one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He's in his 40s. He's a daddy.
Oh, I like the old guy.
I haven't watched so that's the one
That's
that
like OG.
that's the OG. I can't stand it. I can't get into it. Now I'm watching Below Deck Mediterranean. delicious. And Malia on the next season of Winter House that you get to is from that below deck season, below deck section. And she's on Winter House now.
Interesting.
Anyways, so I've watched a lot of that because I started watching Winter House and then I got interested in these people and I wanted to binge their stories. What are you doing over there?
Jiggling my jiggle.
Can you show the camera the jiggle? Just FYI, our faceless ghosties.
Yeah.
My faceless ghostie who has somehow gotten puffier.
Huh.
I don't know.
That's cool. I think that's TVT.
Yeah.
Is that a TBT?
That's TVT with K and B. Okay, thanks for doing TVT with me. Okay.
Anytime.
Thanks
and
for
B.
the updates, guys.
Until next time.
Until next
for
time.
Scarring me emotionally.
Can't wait to see what else comes out of BravoCon because I think there's one more day.
I know. I need to.
It's really
Catch up on
intense about
some-
it right now.
If the cameras are not picking this up, but I'm getting a little pre-pedicure from Archie.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Just a little toe nibble.
Come on.
I know, I'm taste
Come
delicious.
on.
What can I say?
Our next
Our next appetizer.
appetizer.
Two Crimes with Hosey.
That's turning into the name.
It is. Yeah. We just have to embrace it at this point.
I like it. I'm into it. All right, what you got for us?
Today we have the story of Betty Neumar,
Okay.
aka a Black Widow.
Ooh, we love a Black Widow.
I will say, I'm going to start with a little disclaimer. All involvement of any crime of Betty Neumar is alleged.
Oh.
Please no one sue me for defamation. Okay, thanks. I actually typed.
You
Okay,
did
thanks.
that up.
A Black Widow is a woman known for allegedly killing her husbands. And yes, husbands.
Plural.
Plural.
Okay.
Get into it.
Good Lord.
Scared.
These are also like very old. I'm not laughing because I think it's funny that these men died. Okay.
Or are we?
Or am I? Shut up. Okay. Betty LaFawn Johnson
Ooh.
was born in November 1931 in Ironton, Ohio, to Otis and Elizabeth Walden Johnson. Betty was married 5 times. Her first marriage was to Clarence Malone from November 1950 till their divorce in 1952. He was shot dead. I'm not laughing that he was shot. I'm sorry. He was shot dead on November 27th, 1970 in Medina, Ohio, just like in the street.
Oh.
And this was like 18 years after they divorced. But still, her first husband died.
Okay.
And the killer was never found. Like there was, yeah.
Interesting.
In her next husband was James Flynn, married the next year, February 1953,
Mm-hmm.
Fast.
Yeah.
until his death in 1955. Betty told investigators he had died on a pier somewhere in New York.
What?
Yep, she said, he just died and then just left it at that because it's the 1950s.
Yeah. Okay. I have to remember the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one looked into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he dies in 1955. She then marries husband number 3 in 1956.
Betty.
This was Nalos Sills. They were married from 1956 until his death in 1967. So she was at least with him for like almost
A
10
minute.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. He kept her
or
entertained.
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. He died from allegedly self-inflicted gunshot wound sustained during an argument the couple was having in a closed room in their Big Coppitt Key, Florida home.
Oh. Wait, so the pier death, was he also shot?
That one it's
We don't know.
we don't know
Okay.
But 1 and 3 were both shot.
Yeah.
so far.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
No,
okay.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, husband 1, husband 3.
Yes, 1 and 3.
Okay.
Both shot dead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This one though, she
Mhm.
says it was self-inflicted. Her daughter, so she has she has 2 daughters.
Okay.
I didn't write down or remember
That's fine.
which husbands the daughters
I
belong
was
to.
just about
but-
to ask.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's really, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
so she was like young, but she was in like a room nearby, but doesn't like
Know
she
anything.
defends her mom to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like actively, both of her daughters go like, our mom was an incredible mother. She was she just was dealt a bad hand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Um
That reminds me of that case that's going on right now of the mom that went on a bike ride and went missing.
mhm.
They found the bike. They couldn't find her. And the husband was involved in the investigation from the get-go and was seen touching the bike at the scene.
Mhm.
And his 2 daughters have boldly said he's done nothing, he will do nothing, he's the perfect man. Went on television recently with him to say, you know, it's been a year, she's just gone, she left. They found the body like the next week, and now he's under suspicion.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And now I
That,
want to be like,
like
what do the
chills.
daughters think now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Betty told police that they were alone in the room arguing. She said that they were both drunk and that he grabbed his gun and shot himself to basically get out of the fight.
Shut up.
No
way.
Then husband number 4 followed shortly after. Betty and Thomas Gentry were married in 1968. So again,
A year later.
just a year later.
Probably barely than a year.
Yeah. So every husband that she married was all within a year of the last either divorce or death.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
That sounds like a housewife who just wanted to stay a housewife.
Yeah.
Does she work? Do you know?
I don't.
Interesting.
But she also claims that she got very little money. That she only got life insurance from the 3rd husband, the one who allegedly shot himself.
Yeah.
And that it was only $50,000. Granted, $50,000
Back then?
In the 1960s.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah. So husband number 4, married from 1968 until his death in July of 1986. So again, the marriages are getting longer.
Good job, Betty.
You know, she's holding on to him for a minute. Thomas was found dead in the couple's Norwood, North Carolina home, shot multiple times, and finally, just shot again.
And finally what?
Finally get to husband number 5. John Neumar, married to Betty from 1991 until his death in 2007. John was found dead from apparent natural causes. Mr. Neumar's cause of death was listed as sepsis, ischemic colitis, and this other thing that I can't pronounce. But the symptoms of those things could also point at poison by arsenic, which is more common with
Housewives.
women serial killers. Usually use poison.
Right.
Less messy.
Less messy.
Yes.
And it is just statistically odd for women to use a gun.
Or weapons in general.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
read that too.
I'm just surprised that no one was like, maybe we should look into this.
So,
Just joking.
yes. Sorry, I keep losing my spot. Yes.
Well, and to have, I mean, by husband number 5, she's probably like, I need to change my MO a little bit. This
Probably.
is getting.
In May of 2008, so after her 5th husband's death, Thomas, the son of her 4th husband, had been saying for years, she hired someone because she was out of town when he was shot.
Ooh.
You need someone has to be looking into this more.
Yeah.
And just nobody was. And then the son of the 5th husband said that the death was also really suspicious because he was never informed of his father's death. He found out through the newspaper.
Shut up.
And
that was the 90s? No.
That was it was 2007.
2007.
Yeah. So he found out about his dad's death through the newspaper.
Oh, gosh.
And then by the time he reached out to her, he was told that his father had already been cremated despite having previously already bought a burial plot.
Yep. That's guilty as hell.
Yeah. So she had it rushed.
Oh, yeah.
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 And that's the one who it looked like
Arsenic, potentially.
symptoms of possible arsenic poisoning. But
Heck
she was
yeah.
never charged with anything in that case.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
That one, she
gosh.
completely got away with it.
It's like when, this is hilarious. Have you noticed, it's a rabbit hole, that Target has been putting everything in glass cases or in like the security cases
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
and not in city Targets, like normal suburbia Targets. Because do you know who is the worst about sticky fingers? White women.
Wait, Housewives?
Housewives, moms.
They need a little thrill.
They need a little
Yeah.
thrill. They think this isn't going to hurt anybody, and they
Mhm.
just pocket the most out of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Target did a whole study on it
Really?
to see where they were losing the most and getting them. I think it's called shrinkage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Shrink.
it was in all Midwestern cities, suburbia towns,
Interesting.
Phoenix, like a lot of these middle class white areas with
Sounds
lots
about
and
right.
lots of housewives.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I feel like this is back then too. This was probably way more prominent
She's
because
bored.
you're just bored, but
Yeah.
you also know that you can get away with it. Like
Yeah.
you kind of just blend
Well, it's
into the
also
background.
like it's with the ones where it was in like the 50s and 60s, and even the one from like 2007, like DNA, all those like that stuff has only progressed more in
Yeah.
the last 15 to 20 years.
Yes.
And so like there's a great John Mulaney bit of like, what was a murder investigation like in the 1920s? It's like, a pile of blood. Gross. Like
clean it up.
a pile of the murderer's blood.
Yeah.
Gross. Like
Yeah.
because there's no DNA testing. There's no
Yeah.
like there's actually a new I don't know if it's a show or if it's just a movie, but it's about this girl whose mom was like basically the final girl of a horror film type situation in the 80s where
Whoa.
like a bunch of girls from her town were all killed.
Whoa.
And the girl like travels back in time.
It's called Totally Killer, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Thank you. Okay. Have you already watched it?
Yeah,
Okay. I love it. It looks kind of fun.
it is. It's
But
funny.
it's her like she takes like the killer's DNA and she's like, it's DNA.
Oh, I've
and the
seen
cops
the
are
poster.
like and like move on.
And they're like, "How do you know it's gonna happen?"
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like, "Have you seen
Murder
Back
So
to the Future?"
1987. Yeah.
Oh, Julie Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked really fun. I might actually watch. I'm not a big horror person, but I do also kind of like Kieran
Kiernan
Shipka.
Shipka, yeah,
she's
that's
fun.
surprising. God, she looks so crazy. I was a huge Mad Men fan,
Mhm.
so
And she's the little girl.
yeah, she plays the daughter in Mad Men, and
Yeah.
she's been so tiny. She was like 5 when the show started,
Mhm.
and you saw her grow up in the
Yeah.
show, and now like
Yeah, she's got a whole
whole career. It's so crazy.
So-
Okay, what else?
Yeah, so to round it out, so in May 2008, Neumar was finally charged with hiring a hitman to kill her fourth husband, Thomas.
Oh.
Investigators took a closer look at the deaths of her other husbands, 3 of whom had all been shot dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Neumar was extradited to Albemarle, North Carolina in June 2008, a month after she was arrested. Or, wait. Yep, I wrote this really weird.
You have to reread things.
I know.
I have to do this
I
too.
didn't. I was typing really quickly and
You're
also
fine.
trying to do my job at the same time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. She was charged with the murder of her fourth husband by North Carolina officials after receiving a tip pointing to her involvement from his son.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the indictment alleges that Neumar sought out a former police officer and her neighbor to kill her husband in the months before his death,
Yeah.
with the motive of allegedly being his $20,000 life insurance policy,
Whoa.
which she
Ugh.
never,
got
from what I could tell, she never received.
interesting.
Charged with 3 counts of solicitation to commit first-degree murder, Neumar was released in 2008 on a $300,000 bail bond. On June 13th, 2011, Betty died in a Louisiana hospital from cancer before she could ever stand trial.
Man.
So she got away with everything.
Do
and-
you know what her religion was?
No, I don't.
Never says anything.
I didn't, like, it wasn't really, like, flagged.
Neumar. I have a conspiracy. I think that she never wanted to get divorced, but she kept getting sick of her husbands. And back then she was just like, well, I could just off them
Maybe.
and
I
move
don't
on to
know.
the next.
So it
Yeah, like
is
it
kind
was-
of funny that you bring up religion because one of her final quotes ever
Ooh.
In the end, only Betty knows what really happened to all of her husbands. In an interview she did with the BBC journalist Norman Hull in 2009, so just 2 years before she died, Betty said, "I cannot control when somebody dies. That's God's work."
Yeah.
Oh.
Totally.
So to this day, her daughters, or to that, until in that 2009 interview with BBC, her daughters hands down said she did not commit any of these murders, that she had no involvement, that she was an incredibly caring mother and wife.
You could still be a caring mother and wife and kill people.
Yeah. But it was just this thing of like, I mean, obviously she did have involvement.
Yeah.
Proven involvement with her, with the fourth husband's, Thomas's death.
Yeah.
But it was just like this really interesting story. I was kind of like Googling like Black Widow stories and like the nurses who commit murder, like the what are they called? Angels of Mercy or whatever.
Oh,
Like that, those always like really intrigue, because like it's that mindset, especially with the nurses one, where it's like so many of them. So there's a difference. What you will see also statistically is that with the men who are in the medical field who commit these murders, it's all about playing God. They want to be the hero.
Yes.
They want to be the one who goes like, "Oh, I saved that person."
That, or like the life giver and the life taker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
whereas
I have this control.
Yes.
with the women, not, I won't say like that they're justified at all, because they're still committing murders, but it's they see it as they're fulfilling a mercy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how they care.
Yeah, and they've justified it to themselves of like, you're in this immense pain. I'm going to relieve you of that.
Exactly.
Granted, there are the ones where they're like, no, they just like sticking people with needles and want them to die. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's some of the true crime stories where like the thought process and the psyche of it is not intriguing to, but interesting, I guess.
I think women serial killers or killers in general are just an interest, because there's not very many of them in comparison to men.
Yeah.
And I feel like most of the time when I hear stories of female killers, it's a lot of emotion based and inner psyche and the way in which they go about killing, like the shooting, that is really odd for a woman to use a weapon to kill someone. Arsenic is definitely.
So my theory with the husband that died 18 years after they had already been divorced, I think she hired, either it was completely a fluke and it just happened that he was also murdered in broad
because the
daylight.
time is weird.
Because the timing is weird. It'd been decades.
Yeah.
Or it'd been almost 2 decades.
But maybe he saw something.
Maybe.
And she just needed to.
Because at that point he died and she was already on husband 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he saw something or he knew something and she was like, I got to clean up that trail.
Yeah.
Make sure that nothing comes of that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Wow. True crime.
True crimes.
With Halsey.
But it was also interesting, that she, out of all of the husbands, I mean, I guess it makes sense. She kept the last one's last name, but of Neumar.
Well, also probably to avoid suspicion. She was like, no, I loved my husband. I'll definitely make sure that sticks with me. I think you're right about she needed to change up her motive, or like not her motive, but her way of killing, because it was becoming a pattern.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I can't use that again.
Yeah.
But like the ballistics, like you couldn't track anything.
That's what I was wondering.
You couldn't track
like
gunpowder on her hand. Like what?
Not in
were they
not
the
in
same?
1952.
I think you could have tracked that in at least the gunpowder,
maybe, I don't know.
Or like the casing, like the bullets were the same,
or the direction of
or I
how
guess
they
that
were
would have
shot.
been like.
I don't know. I think you're right though. Like that technology and those conversations have modernized so much in just the last 10 years. I can tell the difference even in the datelines that I listen to. When one is really old, it's only like maybe in the early 2000s, and so much has gotten better. Gunshot residue. What are you searching for, Scully?
1970. Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's recent history,
and
wild.
huh?
So,
very interesting. Thanks for that spin on True Crime.
Two Wives of Housey.
And get a woman's
woman.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to do a book Clurb update and then do Happies and Crappies.
I'm behind.
You're behind.
Oh, well, you were ahead.
I'm still ahead.
You're technically ahead by 3, right?
I'm on the 3rd book.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I just haven't read it like at all this week.
I finished my October book, The Vicious.
Your V.E. Schwab.
My V.E. Schwab.
V.E. Schwab.
Very good. I journaled this week, guys. I journaled about a couple things I wanted to remember to talk about. Okay, I said I'm loving my October book, just the right amount of scary and thrilling for my taste because I don't love a ton of darkness, especially because I usually read at night. I don't want to go to sleep with that. This one was just enough for me. I wrote this note about the 100-page rule. Have you ever done this?
Mm-mm.
So I am a huge advocate for DNRing a book, do not reading, or failing to read a book if I'm not liking it. And I have a 100-page rule. I force myself to get through the first 100 pages within like the first couple of days of getting a book or starting a book so that I can get a taste of like if I actually want to continue. And then I'll continue. And if I am not feeling it, I will say no, unless it's Audible. If it's Audible, I'll just keep listening. But if I'm actually physically reading it, I'm not going to give it the time of day if it's not interesting to me. So this one got a big old gold star for the 100-page rule. I was into it very quickly. It also has a great pace to it. There's lots of different, there's like 4 different perspectives that are talked about in the book. So it flips around enough, but not too much that it's confusing.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to not read a book. If you're not liking it, don't waste your time.
Did you hear that, kids? Don't read.
No. I'm just saying, if you don't like Twilight, don't force yourself to read Twilight.
Yeah.
Because your attention is currency. How you spend your time and what you put your attention towards is you kind of putting your money behind your time of what you're doing with your life. So don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
So I wanted to do a little bit of a book synopsis for this if anybody's interested. This book was about 2 best friends in a PhD program who they have to choose their thesis. And the thesis that one of them chooses is that he has this hunch that extraordinary people exist, like that they have superhero-like qualities, and the way to become an EO is to have a near-death experience. So he hatches a plan with his best friend to do the thesis together and kill themselves and resuscitate each other back to see what extraordinary thing happens to them. Yeah.
Did you ever watch the OA?
Yes, it's very OA.
Okay.
It's very OA, but it's spookier. And very male. I feel like the OA is very feminine.
Yeah.
But did it work?
The what?
Did it work?
It works.
Ooh.
And then the rest, that is only the first 50 pages.
Oh, wow.
So the rest of the book is the after effects. And the book spans 10 years. So it flips back in time a few different ways so that you can see the beginnings of 10 years ago to the after effects. And then they get closer and closer until they meet in the middle into the present. It's so good. There's a sequel called Vicious. I'm not going to read it right away. I don't really like reading, like binging series like that. I need a break.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend, especially if you need not fantasy, but you need like a thriller and a little bit of an escape. And there's a couple female characters that are pretty interesting too. Yeah.
I like it.
Recommend. I gave it 4 stars, which I never do.
Yeah.
And I was pretty proud of myself that I finished a book in a month because it's been a while since I finished a book in a month.
Yeah.
How's your book going?
Also by V.E. Schwab.
Yes.
It's going well. I feel like there's a lot of buildup to this book because, and when you saying like there's 4 perspectives, I feel like maybe that's a theme that she likes.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 different Londons, and basically there's magic that what once was, I think, throughout all the Londons, and then it got dark in some places, so they cut it off, and so there's travelers who can go from London to London, but there's only a few of them.
Yeah.
Or 1, 2.
Like the magic keeps dying in other Londons. It's kind of like in my brain to like make it make sense. By the way, it's a darker shade of magic, right?
Yeah.
To make it make sense, I like put them in as levels of a building. Like
Yeah.
top London is human London, and then every London underneath gets more magical or gets less magical. So the bottom London is the most dead London. And yeah, there's travelers that can go in between who still have magic, but most of the people that live in the other Londons don't have magic anymore.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Except for at the top.
At the top is humans.
Oh,
It's like the real London.
interesting.
yeah. So I mean, it's building, I think, into what the story is going to be more of. So I'm learning still like a lot of background of the one who's able to travel around, and he lives with the king and queen of his London, but he's adopted essentially.
Yeah.
And so it's him like not necessarily feeling like he has a place at the table, but it's really all he remembers, but he's not really part of the family, but he is, and
He's like not their servant, but kind of their servant because he's the only magician in that London that's close to the royal family. And he's kind of this pseudo adopted son who's loved, but he's loved as the help, you know?
Yeah.
And you're right. He doesn't have a seat at the table.
He's valued.
But not
Not
in the ways
loved.
that he wants to be valued.
Yeah.
Is V.E. Schwab a man?
No, woman. Oh. Scully, could you Google V.E. Schwab, please? Author. That book is a lot more about him.
V as in Victor.
V.E. Schwab.
There you go.
She's beautiful.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's so cute.
Oh.
I think she's living in Scotland right now.
Mm.
But she's American.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's living my dream life. Ugh,
Cute.
the best. Yeah, that first book, because there's 3, that's probably why it feels like, okay, we're building like a lot of stuff in the beginning. But that book is more about him. The next book is more about another character you'll meet, yada, yada, yada. Like there's one main story.
Novels.
Yeah, she does lots of graphic novels,
Okay.
actually. That's where she got her start.
That's cool.
Nice.
I'm on book 3 of the Inheritance games. Still super interesting, although
It wasn't good.
it was not good. It was real bad. I
Yeah.
got through one episode.
Yeah.
It got canceled immediately.
Scully was showing us a call out from V.E. Schwab. She had a writing project go to film for Netflix, and it tanked. But all of her books are being made and adapted into film or TV. And that was the one that wasn't. It was based on one of her graphic novels, like one of her first. And I don't know why that was the first to go to
What was
Netflix for that first Kill show.
Oh, I didn't see what was pulled up.
Oh,
on the
you're
TV.
fine. It came out in 2022. And
It was
just
like, what
tanked.
if the vampire and the vampire hunter
Oh.
were kind of enemies to lovers
Yeah.
and gay,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
wasn't good.
No, it was trashy.
It was real
Bummer.
bad.
But the rest of her stuff's coming out. And I'm super excited. Like the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, that one's being adapted to film. I think everyone is very excited because that's a very cinematic written book. It's very visual, and it's gonna be great. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you're
No,
on
you're
book
okay.
3.
I'm on book 3. I did just find out though that book 5 doesn't come out until July of next year.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay, I need to slow
down.
down,
Yeah.
and like read something else because I'm gonna be really annoyed because I have all 4 of the first,
Right.
the series so far, and so I need to like cool it for a second because the next book doesn't
Wean
come
off.
out for like 6 months.
Are they getting better? Are you getting more
Um,
interested in the series or less interested in the series?
I think just as interested as I was
Okay.
with the first one. I just like have been doing other stuff this week
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
took a break.
You went to 2 concerts on school nights this week.
Also that.
Yeah.
Also work's been really busy this week.
Yes.
I had a stomach bug on Monday, so then
Ugh.
I've been playing catch up all week.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. That's okay.
Yeah.
Goal Getters, which we'll talk about in our entree episode, is all about keeping on,
Mm-hmm.
staying the course.
Yep.
And that kind of means that there will be ups and downs.
Yeah.
Hills and valleys.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Well, I'm glad that Kelly, you're finding time to get to read. That was one on our one-on-one. That was one of my
Yeah.
main concerns. I was like, do you have time to just be Kelly?
So Jansen bought me one of the neck lights, kind of like what
Yeah.
you have. So I do. So that's where I'm finding my time to read is like as I'm going to bed, and this way I'm not staring at my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Love
So
that.
I just sit in my bed
Mm-hmm.
with my book and
Like a little white.
my little neck light.
Yep.
And
So cute.
read a chunk of book.
Until
I
you
love it.
get too tired and your eyes can't keep your eyes open. That's
Yeah.
what I do. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, guys.
Yep.
James has acquired a eye mask. First, he acquired my eye mask. He tried that on for size. He's like, "Ooh, I like this life." I was like, "Okay, who are you?" And then we went to Boston, and we were in a connecting airport, and there was a QR code for the state college's mascot to get an eye mask of the mascot's eyes for free mailed to you. And he's like, "Oh," like that was such a James thing to want. I'm like, "Please don't." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting this free." And so now I get to look over to a bearded, faced masked, big-headed man with this blue and white face mask that are eyes from a mascot looking at me
Which you hate.
while I read, which terrifies me.
Because she hates a mascot.
And I hate not being able to see people's faces. And I get to lovingly look at that while I read at night.
Oh,
So that he doesn't have to look at the lights. He's like, "It's just too bright in here." I'm like, "You are so bougie. Who are you?" And now he travels with it.
Well,
Yeah.
and
He married you.
I know. I'm rubbing off on him, unfortunately.
An eye mask is a game changer.
It is.
I want one of those, the
weighted,
weighted.
the like hardy ones.
Yeah.
The
Where it's
silk
got the
ones.
gaps for your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No,
Oh.
I wish. I have one that I'll show you guys later
Yeah.
because I cricketed some little eyelashes on it.
Cute.
So,
adorable.
That's fun.
but yeah.
Happies and Crappies?
Yeah, Happies and Crappies. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Because we're going in our order now.
Evidently.
I wrote them down. Please hold.
You are so prepared.
Are you
My
entertained?
journal lives here.
I know you need to take it.
I
home
have
with you.
been.
I know.
Look at I journaled about goal getters and Happies and Crappies.
Wow.
Okay, I happied and crappied on Wednesday, the bad day.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like,
that was a
I
choice.
need to get this out because I need to remember where I was on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
for our listeners, Wednesday was a rough day. We all
I
were
think
feeling
for
it.
all of us.
For probably the whole world. Today, Wednesday, I feel so ill-equipped. I keep watching anything that comes into my FYP to educate myself on first of all, the disgusting things that are happening in our world right now. And I just feel ill-equipped across the board in my life. I don't feel equipped to run a business. I don't feel equipped to run a podcast. I also just don't feel equipped to be a human right now and deal with the stuff that's happening in Israel or any of the vitriol that's happening online. I just don't feel educated enough, and I feel like I can't learn enough or learn fast enough. And I don't know. I feel like I'm floundering. And then I need to turn around and find my joy and like turn it on for the show. I kind of wanted to be real in that this week, and especially for our entree episode of just like the world sucks right now. And I'm not going to turn on my joy to like be fake and entertain someone. That's like not the show that I ever want to create. I want to be real, and I just don't know really how to do that right now and do it well and talk about, being a woman in reality TV while everything else is going on. And Wednesday, I just felt like everything was intense with us and we were having really hard conversations between us. And then I was being inundated with news stuff that day too, and just really needing to like take it all in. I wasn't doing it well. But my happy, I do feel like I have been able to express my feelings calmer to James and showcase to him where I'm at in this part of my journey with you guys and just in life more than I've ever been able to do with him. I feel like a lot of the times when I'm in those moments of utter upsetness and stress and anxiety, I just don't know how to communicate my true thoughts and feelings well. And lately, I feel like we've had some of our best talks of like unpacking the stuff that's happening in the world, but also unpacking the stuff that's happening with the family and the podcast and building a company together. He's been a great partner and resource in that, and a great listener, which I'm not shocked, but it was just nice to like feel better about how I'm putting out that information to him because I I'm one of those people that needs to talk about something with every single person that's important to them to like get to the root of whatever the issue is, whether that issue has to do with like Kelly, for example. Like I don't need to talk to everyone about Kelly, but I need to talk about my feelings about whatever's going on with every single person to get their perspective, because that's just kind of human I am, but I just don't do it well all the time, and I feel like I'm getting better. I'm maturing. Also, I talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the episode, but that I was in a depressive episode all week, and I wanted to be really honest about that. Like, I didn't move my body, and I didn't eat well, and I just felt like hell and didn't want to move. And that happens, and it'll happen again, and that's okay. I will say I told on myself really quickly at the beginning of my episode, though. I like did not move on a Monday or something like that last week. And James texted me in the middle of the day. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And he called, and I was like, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't move today. My body has not left this couch. I don't want to see the sunlight. Like, I know I'm about to go into a really hard week of just brain activity, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm calling it out. And that was the first time I've ever done that. Usually I will just like suffer in silence when I'm depressed. And he'll notice it. He's not going to comment on it, but he notices. And instead I just called it out and like put it out front. And I feel like I got through it faster than I normally do, which is nice. Yeah. So that's my happy.
That's good.
Good job.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Kelly, give me your happies and your crappies.
Ooh, excuse me.
I also have the yawns.
I don't know
today.
what my deal is.
It's our appetizer
I also
episode.
feel like I'm just like disassociating.
Oh no.
Not on purpose, but yeah. Anyways.
Okay, my crappies, I think similarly. Wednesday I was feeling some sort of way. I was sensitive to everything that was being said.
Yep, me too.
And Jansen came home. I think it was that day he came home, and I was just like in a mood.
Yeah.
And because he went into the office that day and I worked by myself, and I was just having it, and he like was like, okay, I'm gonna like remove myself from this. We got Chinese food earlier this week. It wasn't great.
No.
We can't find good Chinese food.
No,
but the fortune cookies, we didn't end up eating that night, but he ate the fortune cookie that day and like pulled the fortune out, and it was like, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember exactly what it said, but something along the lines of like, remove yourself from unhappiness. Like there are brighter things around the corner or whatever. Like, and he was like, couldn't show this to you at that point because like I was in my mood.
The height of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, I was just having like a rough emotional week. I think we've all been hard on ourselves about like the growth of everything. Like it's not just going to happen overnight. And I was really down on myself about things that I was working on putting out that I was like, it's just not getting the feedback I would like.
And like we've talked about in past episodes, you have such a high expectation and excitement of the thing that you're putting out, and then you put it out and it just kind of meh. Yeah. But today we went through the analytics and it's not meh. It's actually whoa. Like we are being seen, we are growing, and I don't want us to pop off. I want us to have gradual growth. Yeah. And it'll happen. Yeah. It is happening.
We'll pop off like a little bit.
Okay, well, I want to pop off eventually, but like I don't want to go viral for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah. True. And I think like we're so conditioned to look up. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Scully.
Pop off, queen. Pop off, queen.
We're so conditioned to base our growth, or like I'm so conditioned to base our growth off of how many likes we're getting, how many views we're getting. It's like, well, there's more to it.
Yes.
And so like learning that has been hard. Yeah. But
is it helpful?
It is helpful.
Okay, good.
Because then I'm able to see, oh, this is actually doing something. Yes. More than just like
the 17 likes.
Yeah. So that was my crappy, just kind of like trying to learn, but also feed into my happy of like, we are growing. Yes. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm starting to get into a routine of how I'm doing things, because cut to a couple episodes ago when we did Happies and Crappies, I was like, I can't figure this out. Yeah. I felt like I didn't have time to do anything, and these past couple of weeks I feel like I'm getting into a rhythm of things. And I like it. So
a routine.
Yeah. I like a routine.
Oh, girl. That's what honestly, that's probably the other half of my crappy is I just in the last week feel like I have had the non-depressive brain mode to be able to find routines again and like work forward on stuff instead of working like at the last few months. I just feel like I've been working at my to-do list one little bit at a time and procrastinating and not knowing like how to work yet because this is also new to us. And like, how do we have a process of putting out episodes? What all needs to be done in time, right? Like we're starting to get that fluidity, I guess.
And I'm just hard on myself. So it's like I finish one thing and then it's like, oh, I should do this, this, and this now. And so it's like I don't make any dent to my list of things.
Same.
And I'm like, that's hard.
The list just gets longer.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a small business for you. Good stuff.
Love it.
Joys. Hello.
Hello.
Good one.
Crappies. I flew up.
You flew up?
I flew up.
I don't like
on Monday.
Oh yeah, you were got a tummy bug.
I flew up. All I can think about is the kids standing in their parents' doorway. I flew up.
Mom, I flew up. Have we all had that moment?
Oh, absolutely.
I always felt so bad.
It's the cat. I flew up.
Oh no.
No.
I hate it.
So sad.
So sad.
My
Anyways,
fear.
Yeah, and I don't like being sick, and I just like felt off kilter, and then Wednesday happened, and then I had to go to the Hosier show that night and like be happy.
At least it was the Hosier show. I feel like you can be a little more moody and emotional.
Yeah. But it was fun. I went with a childhood friend who, we grew up in church together and had a blast. So, other than that, I just like I feel like we all felt kind of disconnected from each other this week in a lot of ways, but I feel like we also kind of found each other and in hard conversations, and it was good.
Quof.
Happies.
I know what your happy is. Laptop. It's her laptop.
This is my baby.
Did you catch that in episode 7 that you said my hope is by the next episode I have a new laptop? And look at us.
Oh, look at us. And she goes,
ding, ding, ding. Our family photo. I'm so excited.
Mommy's first new laptop. Literally every laptop I've ever had has been a hand-me-down.
From me.
No.
No?
My first laptop, technically I bought it, but I bought it used. And then the laptop I've had for the last 2 years was given to me from
maybe it's mom.
Friend.
I give all my tech to mom.
You give all your stuff to mom, yeah. And then I get like the trickle down.
Yeah.
Sometimes trickle down economics works.
We'll take it.
It doesn't.
But it does.
In
a pinch.
In my house.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's so pretty.
Yeah, you're so pretty.
She's brand new.
And you did it all yourself.
I did it all myself. She's so shiny.
And fingerprinted.
And fingerprinty.
That's a great happy.
That's a great happy.
I can't wait you're already making content. Day one, she was like, cap cut, I'm in, I'm doing stuff. I'm like, yes, I'd love to see it.
Last night, also my happy was I went to the Chapel Roan show in Phoenix. And if you're not listening to Chapel yet, you should be. She makes music for the girls and the gays and the theys. And she's just like, she gives me like 80s pop diva vibes.
Yeah.
Like she's just so fun.
Gay.
Yeah, I mean she's bi. But anyways, yes. Still. Her music is just fun. Like she also has like sad songs, but even those are like still a bop.
Yeah. We love a bop.
We love a
I
bop.
was just about to say that.
And the show was just so fun, and I met a bunch of new like friends and like introduced people to the podcast and just like so many fun little experiences last night. So
we keep doing that too. It's cracking me up. Each of us now have our own little story of meeting someone out in the world and being like, I'm on a podcast, and like making it a part of our
I know.
conversations. I feel like a salesman a little bit, but I will say this, for me, it's come up naturally every time.
Same.
And every single person is always like, they immediately pull out their phone. They're like, wait, where is it? How do I get it? Like, what do you talk about? The girl that was my waxing esthetician, she is born and raised in Hawaii, and has some religious trauma, and she was like, wait, are you guys going to talk about like purity culture and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, girl,
yeah, buddy.
sign up. She's like, I'm into this. She said, I'm so glad I met you. I'm like, thank you. You also saw my vagina, but it's fine.
We're close.
We are close, Maya.
Intimate conversations.
We get real here at Blood and Contracts.
Intimate moments.
I think that's a great place to wrap up Appetizer episode number 8.
Yes.
8 and great.
We're making our way through.
Making our way downtown.
Walking fast, pacing fast, and home.
That was just for you.
Nice.
Thanks for listening to our Appetizer episode. We hope you enjoyed TVT with KMB and Wool Crimes with Ozzy. We will see you on the entree episode where we are going to talk religion, past and present, and maybe some pastor kid trauma stories, because all 3 of us have them. Please like, subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're on social, which, I mean, you're a human, so that's most likely yes. We are at TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all at Blood and Contracts. You can honestly just search us on Google at this point and something good will come up. Please make sure that you are commenting, saving, and sharing our content so that we can reach more of you and your closest friends.
And join our Patreon so you can buy that little boy tweets.
Look at that little boy. Doesn't he look like he needs
tweet.
tweets? Oh, actually, okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Hi, Hachi.
What would you like to say?
For just $5 a month, you can buy me tweets.
You can buy me some toys and some tweets. Oh my God, he's so adorable.
He literally looks like Dr. Phil.
Yawn. Not interested.
Wow.
You love your mommy. Oh, what a baby. Yeah.
Look at his little head under.
Subscribe to Patreon so you can see more of this adorableness.
Oh, God.
Exclusive content behind the scenes. We've got a new show called Tarot Time where we are educating ourselves and doing tarot and spiritual goodness, and just discovering new things. We're going to talk about angel numbers in the next latest episode.
I had one again this morning.
What was it?
3033. It's anything like multiples of 3.
So we can cut this out or we can keep it in. 222 is what I saw on the drive out. I saw it all day yesterday. I saw it last night right before I go to bed. Do you want to know what it's about?
No. I mean, yes, I do.
I don't. It's about familial relationships and working on interpersonal relationships and needing to have hard conversations with people that are close to you. How freaking weird is that? So we're going to talk about angel numbers on Tarot Time. And we love you so much. 222. We love you guys so much. My sister by contract, thank you for joining me.
Of course.
My sister by blood, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Bailey.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Halsey.
Bye.
Kisses. Bye-bye.